Hello everyone, my name is Ashley and today I'm going to teach you how to make a spiral staircase. There's many names for it: GIMP, Rexlace, I've heard Boondoggle. Basically you used to learn these in summer camp, at least I did. So what you'll need is something called Rexlace. You can also find it by just searching like plastic lacing on things like Amazon, or most craft stores will have it, but it essentially looks like this. It's just little plastic strings of any color you want. They have a bunch of textures, they have different patterns if you want, but whatever you can find, doesn't really matter. They also do have some store brands, like I know Hobby Lobby has this. It was $2.77, so, but often at your local craft store they'll be on sale for about $1 each. Now personally I do like the Rexlace brand specifically, just because their lacing seems to be a little tighter, it doesn't stretch as much, and sorry, that's my cat. I will put in a picture of her if I remember in editing, so there you go. It doesn't break as often, and it's often more vibrant in the colors. I really do appreciate that. Like, this is a very glittery color, which I've been using for quite a lot of projects. So for this specific pattern, I'll put on the screen what you need. These are examples of one I made for the Super Bowl this past year and one I made for a Pride event. So they're very simple. Depending on how many colors you have, that'll determine the thickness of the actual staircase itself. So obviously the more colors you use, the more strings you'll need, the thicker these will be. So you can also choose to make these into a keychain or something you can hold in a bag, which I'll be doing today. And for colors, I'm going to make it easy for you guys. So I'm going to choose colors that'll show up well on camera so you can kind of keep track of what I'm doing. Choose about 3 or 4 colors to your liking, whichever you want to use. I will be personally using black, this blue, pink color, and a yellow. My cat does not want to get out of the way, so we will be working around her. So once you have your color set up, you're going to take about, I would say, pull your arms out completely, and that can be 1 string. And then you're going to want to cut it. So what I mean is just take these, you're going to pull out 1 whole arm's reach, and then cut your first color. So this black is cut. I'm gonna line up the ends and then smooth the whole thing out until we end up getting a loop. This is the very center. So this is where you'd want to put a loop for a keychain or anything else you might be adding to it. This is where this goes. After that's all settled, you can start cutting down. And after that's all settled, you can start cutting your other colors to the same length as this black. The easiest way I find to do that is by just bringing all of the edges to one place. So bringing them all to here, making sure they're all even with each other. Get this to focus. Perfect. And then just pulling them out until you reach to the end of your black. So just keep pulling, pull from everything. And eventually, you will reach this part, which is the end. And line up. Sorry, it's a little hard to do this on camera. Pull these together, and then there's your ends. So now every string will be the same color. So you can move those aside and put keychain ring on this. Just slide it down so that it'll be in the middle. So this is what it's going to look like, regardless of whether or not you have a keychain or not. You're going to just find the middle point of all of your colors, okay? So to start off, I'm going to start off with the easiest to see, which would be this black string here. And all I'm going to do is push this and make a D with this string. So I'm going to make a D, just push it behind all the other strings, and then straighten it out on the side. So you're going to have a big D where it's behind all the other strings. And you're going to take the very end of that black string that you're working with and just put it through behind the main part of the D, alright? Still have that. You just pull it on through and then pull it all the way until it closes up. And it'll close at the top of the rest of your strings. Just keep pulling until it gets tight enough there. So that is your first stitch. And you're going to keep doing the same thing. So you're going to make another D just around the back. I'm going to pull this on through and then pull it if I can get it to focus. So again, I'm just going to make a D. It's going to go behind everything. Pull this end of the string on out. Put it just behind the main part of the D. You're going to pull it through so that it will just go all the way up. And that is your first stitch once it closes. So you'll have stitch, pull it as tight as you can. You don't want to see any of the inner colors behind the black. Get this focused. There we go. So that is the little beginning of your spiral staircase. So again, I'm just going to keep doing this. Make a D. And you're going to put end of the tail just through the main part of the D. Always hold the keychain. And you're just going to pull up. Keep pulling. And keep pulling as tight as possibly can. So you're going to keep doing this for as long as you want the black to go, which usually I will use the majority of the strand until I want to change to another color. So let me show you one final time. Make a D. Put the end of this string through the center and just give it a pull. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling until it's nice, tight at the top. So you see the staircase is forming there, and you can't see any of the inner colors, so that's what we're looking for. Make a D. Very wonky D, but still a D. And put the end through, and give it a tug. And through, give it a pull. Just pull through. So you're making your staircase, and I will come back to you once I'm done with the black. Shout out, by the way, to the YMCA for teaching me how to do this process, and hopefully you learn to appreciate it too, because these are always fun to do as keychains for kids, or like I said, I used to make them for events and things, and it's a fun little hobby I don't see much of anymore. So we've got our progress being made on our little spiral staircase. You'll be able to see it better in the other colors, but I just want to finish up this black. Alright, so if at this point you were comfortable with that level and you wanted to switch to, say, the blue, you just put your black strand back in with the group, back as far down as you can. You pull out whichever strand you want to use next. So in this case, I'm going to be starting next with the blue. And you're going to continue the same pattern. You're going to make the next stitch by making a D, putting the end of it straight through, and then giving that end a tug all the way through until it tightens up. And this stitch will match and continue with the staircase you already have going. So make the next step, make a D, put it straight on through, and give the end a tug all the way up until it's tight at the top. So I'll keep working with this for a while and then come back to show you the results. Make a D, pull it through, tighten up. Starting to curve around again. Make a D, put it through, tighten up. So there's making the 3 stitches, so 3 new steps. Make a D, pull it through, tighten up. And you do the same thing every time you want to change the color. So you could change it every 5 stitches, you could change it every 50 stitches. Doesn't matter, it'll always be the same process. You just put whatever color you're using in, grab the new one out. So see, I could change it right now already. Just make a D, and put it through, and tighten up. And then it'll tighten up right to where your staircase ended. Apologies. Yeah, right where your staircase ended. And this ended up being the final product of my spiral staircase. I just cut off at the end, so whatever length you want your staircase to go to. And this is the thickness of about 3 or 4 strands, so take that for what you will. But I had fun making this tutorial, and I hope you got a lot out of it. See you later.